Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday the 22nd of February 2023. In today's Millwall news, we start off with this from the Sevenoaks.co.uk. The reason why Tom Bradshaw was benched, basically he's carrying a knock, several knocks, and he's just playing through it. Well, time was to rest him, and it seemed to have worked. So Mill manager explains decision to bench Tom Bradshaw. A crucial Burnley clash. The 30-year-old scored 5 minutes remaining to secure a point at the dent against the league leaders. Gary Rowett revealed why he ended up naming Tom Bradshaw as a substitute following his hat-trick against Sheffield United on Saturday afternoon. The striker came out of the starting lineup to face Burnley last night, with Andreas Vogelsammer moving up top and Duncan Watmore replacing the German on the left flank. Rowett previously said that Bradshaw was in line to be rested, but subsequently explained that his absence from the 11 was down to injuries rather than needing a breather. "He didn't have a rest, he was injured," he said after the game. "He wasn't fit enough. I spoke to him yesterday. He came in, his ankles swollen, black and blue. He had a tight hamstring and a tight glute. He always puts himself out there, Bradders, but he said he would be about 80%. At that point, I said, look, I'm not going to risk you. It's not worth it. Are you fit enough to give me 15, 20 minutes off the bench?" And he said, "Yes, of course I will." That's what we had to do. We always knew that would be an option late on. Probably didn't want to use him. I almost wanted to leave him today, but with the state of the game, we wanted to get something out of it. It's a brilliant finish. Even I'm not stupid enough to rest a player that scored 3 goals in the previous game. It was enforced. Just like Berkey's. Berkey's ill. Hopefully he'll feel better maybe by Thursday, because obviously that was a blow for us as well. Yeah, against a team like Burnley, who are Premiership bound, a player such as Oliver Burke, who does have the quality of a Premier League player at times, was a bit of a miss, but hey ho. So yeah, Bradshaw carrying 3 injuries at once. He's got bruises on his ankle and it's swollen up. He's got a tight hamstring and a tight glute. So, hey, sounds nice, doesn't it? But yeah, he's. So what do we do now? Can he come on against Stoke? Can he start against Stoke? Will they rest him against Stoke? Because the Luton game is a lot more important, probably than the Stoke game, and it's only 2 days after that. And Luton game's on Sky Sports, so we know how Bradshaw likes scoring goals when a game is on Sky Sports. Yeah, so that's why Tom Bradshaw got dropped, rested, moved to the bench, and look, it paid off, didn't it? So all's well that ends well. Another thing from the end of the game, from Sevenoaks.co.uk, Gary Rowett reveals bizarre moment that almost cost Millwall in their 1-1 draw with Burnley. The Lions finished last night's game with 2 left wingers after George Honeyman was substituted by mistake. Gary Rowett revealed that an incorrect substitution almost cost Millwall in their 1-1 draw with Burnley last night. Just after Tom Bradshaw scored his late equaliser, the Lions were supposed to bring on Adomo Maku, Scott Malone for Andreas Vogelsammer and Murray Wallace. However, a mistake was made when telling the fourth official about the change, resulting in George Honeyman being subbed off instead of Wallace. It meant that Millwall finished the game with 2 left wingers, leaving a huge space down the right flank that could have cost them the win if the Clarence had noticed the error. "We got one of the subs wrong late on and ended up with 2 left wingers," Wright admitted after the draw. "If Burnley had known that, they probably would have got a lot more joy down the right hand side. We took Honeyman off, but we weren't meant to. We were meant to take Muzzer off and put Scotty in as an attacking left back. So a bit of a mix up there. If you'd seen me, you'd have seen me screaming as loud as I could to try and get Adomo over to the right side, and we didn't manage to do that. There was a feeling that all of the hard work could have gone undone by one mistake. That happens. There's loads going off on the bench. I take full responsibility for that. It's the first time that's ever happened, but I'll take the blame. I'll take it on the chin." So Gary Rowett taking blame for that. I'm pretty sure that when you make a substitution, you need to put it down on a piece of paper, do you not, in a match form? Does that still go on? Surely that must. Does that happen? Surely you don't just say to the guy, hey, number 5 for number 6. But apparently, so maybe someone couldn't read someone's writing, but I don't know how it goes. I don't know how they do it. Do they just literally tell them? Kind of weird. And but Garrett's taking the blame. That's the kind of thing that conspiracy theories are made of. When you've got fourth officials and referees doing weird little things, like messing up our substitution. Because we all know that they're trying to stop us get to the Premier League. Because once we do, the Premier League will be over. Because then they'll have to report on all the football violence that happens up and down the country in the Premier League week in, week out, which they're covering up right now. But when Millwall get in the Premier League, they will broadcast it to the world. So, what have we got now? An injury update. So this is also the third story from Sevenoaks.co.uk. A Millwall boss provides update on injured quartet following draw with Burnley. The Lions are still without numerous first-team players as they head into the final months of the Championship season. Garrett has provided further details on 4 of Millwall's unavailable players following last night's 1-1 draw with Burnley. The Lions currently have 5 long-term injury concerns with Tyler Berry, Sean Hutchinson, Callum Stiles, Mason Bennett, and Billy Mitchell all ruled out. Hang on a minute. That's a quintet. Quartet is 4. 5 is a quintet. Oliver Burke missed yesterday's game through illness, while Tom Bradshaw had to play through numerous injuries after coming on in the 73rd minute, scoring a dramatic late equaliser to secure a point against the league leaders. Rowett was able to share some mixed news following the game, although only 2 players on the arena returned to the matchday squad. Tyler feels like he's a million miles away, I think, he explained. We're hoping Archie can train on Thursday, so he may be available, but again, probably only available. That means on the bench. Berkey will hopefully be back. Other than that, Billy's had some good news. He doesn't need surgery. I think he'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks, a little bit like Mason. The cavalry's a long way off at the moment, but we may be able to get 1 or 2 players back quite soon. So Hutch may be back on the bench on Saturday. Probably targeting that Luton game to get him back for that. But yeah, everyone else is apart from Billy Mitchell, so it looks like he's had the scan and it's not a broken ankle. It's just severely bruised and messed up, a bit of ligament damage. So some good news and some no news. So there you go. Now what are we on? Moving on to this from millfc.co.uk. A Legends tour at a Den. The legend that is Aidan O'Brien. Taking place on Wednesday the 5th of April and beginning at 11 a.m. The fan favourite who made 206 appearances and scored 44 times for the Lions between 2011 and 2020 will be on hand to guide supporters around the inner sanctum in SC16 before posing for photographs, signing autographs and taking part in a Q&A session. The Den is one of the most iconic football stadiums in England, making it the perfect place to learn all about the colourful history and heritage of Millwall Football Club. The guided tour will start in the Executive Lounge before stopping off at various different locations in the stadium, such as the Director's Box, the Press Area and the Paul Jiggins Media Suite. The tour is rounded off by taking the players walk from the dressing room through the tunnel and out to the dugouts. The experience cannot end without making sure you grab a picture next to Garrett Rowett's seats and do not sniff it, please. The Legends Tour tickets are priced at £22 adults, $15 for OAPs and Armed Forces, and 18 to 21-year-olds, and it's £10 for teens. You get a discount if you are a season ticket holder, but the discount does not apply to junior tours. So there you go. If you want to take a tour around the den in the company of Millwall legend Aidan O'Brien, there you go. Date for your diary, 5th of April. Now, moving on to this. Foreshadowing of the future. Millwall Community Trust are hiring a Kent Development Officer. As you know, you may well know, if you are a follower of this channel, Millwall are building a new training ground in West Kingsdown near Sevenoaks, and they will be doing their community work around that area, even though they've said no one else will be allowed to use the facilities of the training ground, but they will have the Millwall Community Trust will, I presume, have an office there, which they will work out of and go into the surrounding areas. So yeah, reporting to the Football and Sports Development Manager, the purpose of the role is to organise, plan, prepare and deliver sports coaching and education sessions on a contracted basis with partners to develop new programmes in the Sevenoaks in Kent area. You must complete the application form in addition to sending your CV and cover letter to recruit@millwallplc.com, and the closing date for applications is Friday the 24th of March 2023. So, what are they looking for? Well, 25k a year, and it's apparently only a year's contract, fixed term. There's all the stuff there. I'm not going to read all that. But here's the qualifications. FA Level 2 coaching, certificates in emergency aid and safeguarding, Level 3 supporting and delivering PE, national governing body coaching qualification in another sport, and NGB Level 2. And knowledge of the national curriculum, PE and education. Excellent timekeeping. Able to take instruction. But yeah, a whole list of things that you need to be able to do, including using computers and stuff. So crazy. Full driving license and access to transport. And yeah, kind of crazy, isn't it? There you go. That's what they're looking for. That's what they want. Kent Development Officer. There you go. Now, we are, obviously, there was a game yesterday, wasn't there? So, today's video will be a stats session based on yesterday's game. So here we go. We're going to start off with infogoal.net. And if you look in the middle above the red FT, you can see a vast difference in the expected goals between Millwall and Burnley. 0.64 for Millwall, 2.23 for Burnley. That was a very good point for Millwall. Burnley should have scored 2 goals, or between 2 and 3. And we should have scored between 0 and 1. So, hey ho, there you go. Here are our chances. You can see the smaller the circle, the worse quality of the chance was. And actually, our best chance was scored. The one with the yellow around it, that was Bradshaw's goal. There was one other chance that was a little bit smaller than that. Jake Cooper on 27 minutes. That was 11% chance of that going in. And so our best chance of the game was actually scored. And you can see here all of these dots outside. I'm going to click on them. I'm pretty sure that most of them are going to be Zion Fleming with these wonky free kicks. Yeah, he was certainly motivated. And there's one all the way out of here. You can see by the semicircle. I can't even click on it, it's so small. There you go. That was the one that he tried, the lob. But yeah, you can see Zion Fleming certainly motivated. I don't know if he'd been doing homework about the goalkeeper, if he knew that he'd come out off of his mind because they play out from the back. I'm not too sure. Maybe that was something some homework he had done, he worked on. Not too sure, but there you go. Now let's go down and see. Holy moly, look at this. Look at this. Damn. These are Burnley's attempts on Millwall's goal. You can see as well, they scored from their best chance, but they had another very good chance there, another very good chance there, and they had probably another 2 chances that were better than the one our best chance. And most of their chances was coming from inside the area, and then a few further ping shots from outside the area. So, damn, we got very I want to say lucky, but you say we defended very well. And then you could do that, and then you rely on luck on top. So a mixture of both. Fairness rating, was that a fair result? 67.72 out of 100. So they're saying that Burnley should have won that game. A draw was not a fair result for Burnley, who huffed and puffed and did not blow Millwall's goal down. If we separate this into first half, second half, you can see there, that's us in the first half. 2 inside the area, and Zion Fleming's free kicks outside the area. And there's Burnley's. So this is, remember, it was 0-0 at half time. So, and in the second half, damn, pretty much similar. But we got a bit lucky, which is nice. Now moving on to whoscored.com. You can see on the right hand side the various top 5 of from ratings to total shots to tackles to dribbles. Now, unfortunately, this is gone a bit wonky. It's not loaded for some reason. Obviously, all of this stuff is done, I think, automatically, and nobody's bothered to check it. And yeah, they haven't fixed it, so it's busted. So we will move on to. We'll move back to infogoal.net to see the actual numbers. So possession wise, 38 to 62. Attempts on target, 3 each. Attempts off target, 6 for us, 11 for them. Thank goodness for that. 11 attempts off target. 3 block shots, 4 block shots for them. So in total, they had, what was that? 18 shots, and we had 12. Okay, not as bad as it seemed. 2 and 2 goalkeeper saves. To add that on, so they had 20 and we had 14. Total passes, obviously, they've been passing around the defence. That bumped up their numbers. Double the amount of passes that we had, 241 to 564. Completed passes 143 to 462. Corners 3 to 6. Offsides 4 to 1. We've been getting offside a lot recently. Interesting to see who did that. Was it Duncan Watmore? Because he was offside a lot the other day as well, wasn't he? Fouls 7 to 11. Yellow cards 1 each. There you go. There's the numbers from infogoal.net. Because whoscored.com can load them up. So let's go back to whoscored.com. Here are the match events. Yellow card for them in the first half. Goal for them at the start of the second half. Subs. We strike first with the substitutions. I must say, probably well timed. Gave us a bit more of an attacking edge up front, especially SA. I remember SA won the corner that the goal was scored from. So, and it's little things like that that will get you results like this point. This point from this game, I said it in yesterday's video. We were 9th when we were losing 1-0. Once that goal goes in, we jump up to 5th. That's how tight it is. So here are. We're going to come down to the pitch and have a look. The crowd last night, 13,542. You look at the top left and the top right by the club badge, you see the average player rating for Millwall and Burnley, 6.65 and 6.53, which is very close indeed. We'll just edge it. Fleming given man of the match, 8.1. Interesting why that might be. He did play well. Personally, if I was going to pick Obviously, this is stats based, it's based on the numbers, so probably because he had a lot of shots, I don't know. But in terms of having to select a man of the match, it would be McNamara all day long for me, to be honest. Pretty good game for McNamara yesterday. Absolutely brilliant he was. So let's have a look and roll through all this stuff. So total shots 12 to 18. Fleming 5 of them. Bradshaw with 3. Look, Bradshaw had 3 shots. He had 20 minutes off the pitch on the pitch. 3 shots. And you've got Barnes with 3 and Twine with 5 and Zahouri with 6. So Twine was the geezer that did the rolling pitch. And you think, well, no wonder you did that, mate, because you had 5 shots and you didn't score. So possession wise, 29 to 71. Youch. 10% of the match time possession was in Ekdal. I was at Ekdal's feet, and 9 was at Dak Hill's. So you can see them just passing it around at the back. Pass it. Okay. Pass success percentage 58 to 82. That was the thing that was scary enough. We were shooting ourselves in the foot. Shackleton, I think Cresswell, obviously he's one led to their goal. Maybe did Samuel do one as well when they just the misplaced passing and trying to dribble and then getting caught out just didn't work. Murray Wallace down at 38 there. What was that about? Was he getting pressured from that Vitinha and he just had to lump it up and get it out from his feet? I don't know, kind of weird. That is insanely slow. 38 for one of our fullbacks. Yeah. Dribbles 12 to 10. Aerials 1, 32 to 22. Damn. Bit of a battle of Britain in the air, no? Cooper with 5, Cresswell with 5, Fleming with 4. But look, Bradshaw again, 20 minutes on the pitch, 5. 5 aerials. And the only one who didn't win an aerial of the starting 11 was Long, and Jamie Shelton. Tackles 16 to 11. Everyone had a tackle for Millwall except for Vogel Sammer. Did he have any shots? No. What did Vogel Sammer do? We'll find out later. Corners, and this is obviously the ones who won the corners. They used to put up who took the corners, which is kind of redundant because the clubs have the same person taking the corners mostly, whether it's on one side or the other side. Sometimes it's the same player doing both. But yeah, that's those who won the corners for Millwall. And dispossessed, having the ball taken off of you. Obviously, the Cresswell one led to the goal, but we didn't actually do that much. It's mostly just misplaced passing. But for them, we did it a lot to them, which is interesting. So let's move on to the last bit now. We're going to go down the list and see. So we've got it sorted by rating. Simon Fleming 8.07, given the man of the match according to the stats. But personally, I think, and a lot of people would agree, probably Danny McNamara's should be the one getting it. So he's in 8. We've got Danny Mack in 7.4, Bradshaw 7.3, Jake Cooper 7.18, and George Saville 7.03. So we've got 1 8 and 4 7s. Not bad. Murray Wallace actually the next one up. Okay. But despite his really piss poor passing accuracy of 38, which is insane because it should be around 70 minimum. I don't know what happened there. Then we go down. Wow, okay. Duncan Watmore. He had 72 minutes on the pitch. He's 5.86. Why is that? That is atrocious, isn't it? I wonder what that's about. Was he the one who kept getting offside? But you can see clearly, in terms of, you've got Ryan Leonard as well. Come on, he got a better score than the player he replaced, which is Jamie Shackleton. Or actually, no, he replaced George Saville, didn't he? So yeah, and then you got Tom Bradshaw, obviously getting a higher score than the player he got subbed off for. And Idomu Maku nearly getting as high a score as the player he replaced, which is Andreas Vogelsammer. So interesting that subs really making a difference there. Well, clearly because we were losing and then we ended up drawing. So let's have a look at shots and shots on target. So they're giving us 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shots, yeah? Only 3 on target. That's a bit low, but one of them was a goal. Bang, there you go. And as, again, Zion Fleming, his shots, he was shooting like a Burnley player, high and wide. 5 and 1, Bradshaw 3 and 1. So he takes 3 shots, one of them's on target, and that was the goal. Fantastic stuff. And look, he had nine touches of the ball. 9 touches of the ball. Just to get 1 goal. You really don't need to be playing with the ball with the Millwall striker, do you? Just get in the area, get in the right places, position yourself properly, and 1 touch, and just 1 touch it into the net. And here we go. The people's man of the match, Stanley McNamara, 54 touches. Then Fleming 50, Cresswell 46, and then the goalkeeper with 36. Interesting. Okay. Offensive. Who was offside? Who kept getting offside? Duncan Watmore. That's probably why, because of his low score. That was. What other game did he do that in? Was it the Coventry game where he was like offside like 4 times or something? I don't know. Well, I've clearly made a video about it. I can't remember. But yeah, that's a problem with him. Does he need to go to Specsavers or something? Is it a night game? Does he struggle with the night games? Night vision? Does he have night vision problems? He's a ginger. They'd have? Is he like an albino? Because you know albinos, they've got problems with light, their eyes as well, aren't they? It's not just they've got white skin. They've got problems with the sun going in their eyes. Maybe he's got a problem seeing things in the night time. Might be something to look out. I don't know. Just a suggestion. So tackles. Who had a tackle? McNamara. Here we go. Look at McNamara's lines. 5 tackles, 5 interceptions, 3 clearances, 1 block shot. How's that not man of the match versus Zion Fleming, who had 5 shots, 4 of them high and wide. Next up, Shackleton and Honeyman. So the tackling happening further up the pitch. So who led? Well, clearly McNamara led in them interceptions. Who was next? Cooper, Fleming, Ryan Leonard. So Ryan Leonard coming on, 20 minutes on the pitch, 2 interceptions, 1 clearance. Nice. And there you go. Idomu Maku, 4 minutes or so on the pitch, having 1 tackle. Good stuff. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Who had the most clearances? Jake Cooper, Charlie Cresswell, McNamara, Mario Wallace, George Saville, and loads of other players. Oh, Vogelsammer, he did something in the game. He had 1 clearance and gave away 1 foul. Nice. Passing wise. So who had the most passes? George Long. That is very indicative of our game. Like I said, the outfielders couldn't really struggle to string 2 passes together. The fact that George Long took the most passes for Millwall says a lot. Well, he's joint with Cresswell on 33. This is really low for us as well in terms of passing numbers. This is way down on normal. Should be around 50 or so. for the number one, which is usually Billy Mitchell. But yeah, that, or no, it's usually one of the defenders, actually, Hutch or McNamara. But yeah, that is like in half. Our passing has been cut in half, which probably meant we did a lot more running. So let's have a look at Bradshaw. 6 passes. So he had 9 touches of the ball. One of them was a shot on target. He had 2 other shots on target and 6 passes. And holy moly, Duncan Watmore was on the pitch for 72 minutes. He had 4 passes. He only had 4 passes. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, because we're struggling to pass the ball up the pitch, and he keeps getting offside, so we can't get it to him by passing to him. We play long balls and he keeps getting offside. But 72 minutes on the pitch, he's had 4 passes. You got Romain Esse who come on to replace him, basically. Had nearly better numbers than him, 3 passes. Damn, bro, that's no wonder he's got a really low score. What are we doing? Passing accuracy, who was best? Charlie Caswell, 78.8, McMahon 75, George Hunton 75. Again, with really low numbers. These are really low numbers for Millwall. If you don't believe me, go back and look at the stats videos. I think they're in their own playlist, and you'll see how bad these numbers are. Crosses and accurate crosses. Again, that's not a lot of crosses for us, because we couldn't get up the pitch to get the crosses, pass the ball up the pitch to get the crosses in. 3 and 1 from Honeyman, 3 and 2 from Vogelshammer, 1 and 1 from Saville, Jake Cooper 1-0, Zion Flynn 1 and 1. Long balls, inaccurate long balls. So here, obviously, George Long, the passing machine for Millwall last night, 32 and 10. Murray Wallace 7 and 1, Jake Cooper 6 and 4, and so let's have a little dissection of this with a bit of mathematics off the top of my head, which is probably not going to be that good. So Murray Wallace has only had 16 passes all night, which he's been on the pitch for 90 plus minutes. That's kind of insane. 7 of them were long balls, so he's had 9 short passes and 7 long, and 6 of those longs were inaccurate. So to get 37% accuracy, I mean his short passing must have been off as well. Damn. So who did well? Cooper, Cresswell, Fleming's alright. Ryan Leonard again. Ryan Leonard, been on the pitch 20 minutes, 10 passes, 50% accuracy, 3 long balls, 2 accurate. Is he the comeback kid? Is he going to come back in at the end of the season and make a late charge for Player of the Year? There's always one, isn't there? Good stuff. So let's just go back to the ratings, and there you go. While we're here, let's go down, because I always like doing this. So they had a lot of shots, but obviously a lot of them were wide. So what was it, something like 18, 20 shots? 11, 16, something, 18, yeah. So 18 shots they had. 3 on target. Holy moly, 3 on target. Damn. That's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. I love that. 18 shots and only 3 of them were on target. Damn, bro. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.